video, we're going to take a look at the Maya interface and some of the key markers that we need to be familiar with. So across the top is our main menu bars, and through here, we'll be able to access all of Maya's main tools and features. Now, this menu bar is context sensitive, which drops us down to our menu set options right here. When we change these, that menu bar will update based upon the menu set that you're in. So if I click the arrow there and I want to go to the modeling menu set, we'll just click. And now notice how that menu bar has updated with a whole new set of menus, which of course just contain all of the different tools for dealing with modeling. Now, one of the cool parts about Maya is that we often will use all sorts of different tools, regardless of what it is that we're actually working on. So we might use effects tools, which you can see here, to build out some of our models, and vice versa. So we're not locked into any one of these, and we do shuffle back and forth quite often. Now, the next bar down here has lots of different functions. One of the main things that we can see here are these snapping tools right here. And it's easy to identify them because they have a magnet. So we kind of know that they're going to do some sort of snapping mechanism here. If we continue down, we have some of our rendering tools, and then we have some of our editors over here that we can click to expose. Now, I don't want you to get preoccupied with this entire menu. With the exception of the menu sets right here, that's probably the only thing that you're really going to want to identify up front. The rest of these and all these little icons here are going to come to you with time. And as we go through our videos, you will see that we often go up here and click just various icons. And that's going to be the best way to try and learn them. Going through each individual one, you're going to forget. So we'll just kind of come to those as we see fit during our videos. Next down here is our shelf. Now, we can create our own shelves, but Maya comes with a bunch of default shelves. Now, what a shelf is good for is that if we have commonly used tools, we can drop them into a shelf. So, for instance, Maya provides us with a polygons shelf, or a sculpting shelf, or a rigging shelf. And we can just left click and go back and forth between these and grab any one of these tools here. Now, up front, you're not going to know what any of these icons are. And I have to be honest with you, I don't know what most of these icons are. Part of which, because Maya has updated a bunch of them, we really don't focus so much on the individual icons as we do the tools themselves. If we were to come up to a menu here, we can see the individual icons, and then we can learn which ones they are here. You can also just kind of hover over and it will tell you the name of the tool as well as just a short description of what the tool actually is. Point being, these icons here are the same that you're going to find in the menus up at the top here. So again, if I was in rigging, and we'll just switch over here and then click on the rigging shelf, everything that you see here is going to be in these menus up here. These are just put here as a matter of convenience. Next, we have our main viewport. Each viewport has their own panel menus, as you can see right here. So I'm just going to shuffle here a little bit, and I just hit spacebar, and we'll talk about that more in a different video. But what I want you to focus on here is that we have these panel menus for each camera or each panel that we have inside of Maya. They're identical, but we can customize what is happening by using these panel icons or these panel menus for that particular view or viewport. And I'm just going to go back full screen here to the perspective view. Now, off to the right over here, this is where we're going to have most of our editors show up. We have our channel box and layer editor, the layer editor being down at the bottom here. And then we can turn these off by using these icons here. So there's my channel box. Here is my tool settings, and you can tell by that little icon there. And that brings up the tool settings window, which is located on the left side of the screen. And we can X out of that just to turn that off. But it's convenient to have the tool settings show up on our left side because this right here is our toolbox. So we have a lot of our major tools like the move, rotate, and scale functions. We use these all the time, regardless of what we're working on. Down below, we have specific panel layouts. These are basically just presets or bookmarks, you could say. So that top one there takes me to my perspective view. But if I click the one below, you'll see it's the same thing as tapping that space bar. So I click on there and it takes me to a quad view. We'll go ahead and turn off tool settings. So you can shuffle back and forth just by clicking these two icons here as well. Or come down and you'll see that Maya has several that we can actually choose from. This icon right here is just a link that takes you directly to Maya's website. Now, below all of this, we have our timeline and our time editing tools. The numbers that go across here is the range of our animation, and we have time controls over here. And they're very similar to DVD type controls where you play, stop, fast forward, rewind, etc. Then below, we have a script output window. And this shows us the actual commands that Maya's doing. So for instance, I'm just going to go to polygons here on the polygon shelf, and I'm just going to click this first icon, which will create a polygon sphere. Right here, it tells me exactly what Maya just did. And what Maya just did was created a polygon sphere and named it P-Sphere 1. Now, those are the major points of the Maya interface that you just want to be familiar with.